Yeah! They got the video out tonight.
Let's go!
The video is out tonight.
Hey, big time.
That really means big time. I'm going. I know you're going.
The silence that surrounded the situation did not happen by chance. Many observers believed it was a deliberate decision, and that quietness itself made people feel uncomfortable. When Claressa Shields finally decided to speak about what was happening in her personal life, she did not appear cheerful or carefree. She did not post smiling photographs, humorous captions, or carefully staged images designed to calm speculation. Instead, she spoke slowly and thoughtfully, using a steady but serious voice. At several points she paused, almost as if she were choosing each word with great care. Those pauses made many listeners feel that whatever she was experiencing had been weighing on her for a long time, long before she ever chose to discuss it publicly. For many years, Claressa had created an image of strength that seemed nearly unbreakable. Fans saw her as a fighter who never allowed pressure to control her emotions. In the boxing ring, she appeared fearless, focused, and disciplined, always presenting herself as someone who could handle any challenge that came her way. Because of that reputation, many people assumed that personal problems would never affect her in a visible way. They believed that no matter what happened in her life, she would always maintain the same confident presence. However, the moment she began speaking about her personal experiences, people noticed that the strength they admired was still there, but it looked different. It was quieter, more reflective, and less concerned with proving anything to the public. After news spread that her relationship with Papoose had ended, many expected dramatic reactions. Some predicted that she would deny every rumor strongly. Others expected emotional interviews filled with details about what happened. A few believed she would openly explain everything to prevent misunderstandings. Instead, she chose a very different approach. She confirmed that she was now seeing someone new, but she did not reveal the person's identity. She did not post pictures, did not share stories about how they met, and did not offer even small hints that might satisfy public curiosity. She simply said that she felt happier and emotionally calmer than before. That short statement quickly became a major talking point across social media platforms. People are accustomed to celebrities announcing relationships loudly, celebrating publicly, and inviting fans into their romantic lives through photos, interviews, and social media updates. When a public figure announces a relationship while keeping every detail private, curiosity naturally increases. Many people began asking why she had chosen secrecy at that specific moment. Some believed her new partner preferred to live away from public attention, possibly someone successful who valued privacy. Others thought she might still be recovering emotionally and wanted to protect the relationship from unnecessary pressure while it was still new. Despite the growing conversation, Claressa did not respond to every rumor that appeared online. She remained calm, avoided arguments, and asked viewers to respect her personal boundaries. She reminded audiences that although she is a public figure, not every part of her life belongs to the public. That request changed how many supporters viewed the situation. When someone who has always seemed open suddenly asks for privacy, it often suggests that the experiences behind the scenes were more complicated than people realized. As days passed, the mystery continued to grow. Because no official details were provided, people began forming their own interpretations. Some believed she had moved forward quickly because she wanted peace after a stressful emotional period. Others argued that healing takes time and wondered whether entering a new relationship so soon might be difficult. The truth, however, remained unknown. Most opinions were based only on assumptions rather than confirmed information. Observers also noticed that her public behavior had changed slightly. She did not appear overly emotional, but she also did not display the exaggerated excitement that often accompanies new romances. Instead, her expression seemed careful and thoughtful, as though she was protecting her feelings. That calm attitude suggested she had learned something from past experiences and wanted to approach the next chapter of her life more cautiously. Supporters strongly defended her decision to remain private. They argued that celebrities often face unrealistic expectations to share every personal detail, even when those details involve emotional pain. Others felt that public figures, because of their fame, should provide more transparency. This difference of opinion created strong debates among fans and commentators. One group insisted that she deserved full privacy, while another believed that long-time public attention created an expectation of openness. Both sides discussed the issue passionately, showing how deeply audiences can feel connected to the lives of public figures. One of the most discussed questions was the identity of the man she was dating. No confirmed photographs appeared, no official public sightings were verified, and no reliable sources revealed his name. In an era where celebrity relationships are often exposed quickly, the absence of information seemed unusual. Some people speculated that the man might be someone outside the entertainment industry, a person who valued a normal life away from cameras. Others suggested that Claressa herself wanted to keep the relationship private until she felt emotionally secure enough to introduce him publicly. The situation also started a larger conversation about how society treats privacy, especially when it involves well-known women. Commentators pointed out that male celebrities who keep relationships private often receive less criticism, while women sometimes face suspicion or pressure to explain themselves. This observation encouraged discussions about fairness and how expectations can differ depending on gender. Many people began to reconsider how quickly they judged public figures who choose silence instead of constant sharing. Another important factor was timing. Because the separation from her previous relationship still felt recent to many observers, some questioned whether she had moved forward too quickly. Others argued that emotional healing does not follow a fixed schedule. People process experiences differently, and outsiders rarely know what someone has already worked through privately. Without knowing the full timeline of her emotional journey, judging the speed of her decisions became difficult. Gradually, her request for privacy became the central focus of the conversation, rather than the relationship itself. Discussions shifted toward whether celebrities should have the freedom to set boundaries around their personal lives. Some argued that fame requires openness because fans feel connected to the people they admire. Others believed that personal happiness should always come before public expectations. This debate reflected a broader cultural question about how much access audiences should have to the lives of individuals in the spotlight. Several commentators suggested that her silence might not be an attempt to hide anything unusual, but instead a sign of emotional maturity. Rather than reacting to every rumor, she appeared to be concentrating on stability and personal growth. Ignoring online debates is not easy, especially for someone whose career places her constantly in the public eye. Choosing calm over confrontation demonstrated discipline and patience, qualities that often require more strength than public arguments. The situation also showed how quickly public perception can change. A person once praised for openness can later be criticized for choosing privacy. Audiences sometimes demand honesty while also expecting entertainment, creating pressure that makes even simple life decisions complicated. Claressa's decision highlighted how difficult it can be to balance personal boundaries with public expectations. Over time, attention slowly moved away from discovering the identity of the new partner and toward understanding the emotional meaning behind her actions. Many observers began to see her silence not as secrecy but as protection. Protecting a relationship from early scrutiny can help it develop naturally without outside pressure. Protecting emotions can also allow a person to heal without constant reminders of past experiences. Supporters emphasized that she had already shared many years of dedication, achievements, and honesty about her journey as an athlete. They argued that she had earned the right to keep certain parts of her life private. Critics, however, continued to suggest that limited information might encourage even more speculation. Both perspectives demonstrated how complex the relationship between public figures and audiences can be. As weeks passed, the intensity of the conversation slowly decreased, though curiosity never disappeared completely. Each new appearance or interview brought renewed questions about her personal life, even when she was discussing professional goals or upcoming competitions. This pattern showed how quickly a private decision can become a long-lasting public narrative, especially when details remain unknown. Despite the ongoing attention, Claressa continued focusing on her career, training, and long-term ambitions. She maintained the same disciplined routine that had defined her athletic success. By doing so, she demonstrated that personal challenges do not always need to interrupt professional progress. Many supporters admired her ability to maintain focus, interpreting it as a sign of emotional resilience. Her experience also encouraged broader reflection about how audiences respond to silence. When people do not receive immediate explanations, they often create their own interpretations. Curiosity is natural, but it can sometimes lead to misunderstandings when speculation spreads faster than verified information. Her situation became an example of how powerful silence can be, sometimes shaping conversations even more strongly than detailed statements. Another lesson from this moment involved the importance of emotional boundaries. Not every life event needs to be explained publicly, even for someone widely recognized. Choosing what to share and what to protect is a personal decision that can change over time. Experiences that once felt easy to discuss may later feel too personal, especially after facing criticism or intense